What's good, y'all? It's that boy, that guy, that man, that main blogger, and we're back with another adventure, man. So in today's adventure, we're going to talk about episode 3 of the series, how to be a successful lease operator here at Prime. And yeah, so in today's video, we're going to talk about tools and supplies that help me, you know, be somewhat successful. We want to call that whatever. And also, just to preface the video, this is my supplies, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody has different stuff. This is just what I use and keep on the truck for the most part. So you might want some stuff different. My stuff is not the end all be all, so I don't want to hear it in the doggone comment section, or you need this, you need that. I mean, if it's positive, you know what I'm saying, of course I, you know, take heed and maybe add it to the truck, but man, keep your opinions to yourself, man. Like I said, just trying to shed a little light on what I do. But you know, other drivers do stuff different, and that's okay. You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all, so bear with me. It's gonna be trucks going in and out behind me probably most of the night, because park kind of close to the fuel island. We had to make a parking spot tonight. Well, at least Slime did, and she did good. So anyway, that's how we're gonna kick it. So like I said, to start off, I got a whole list of stuff right here, and at the end of the video, I post a picture of the list that I made. Yeah, and you can check it out at the end of the video, like I said, and see, you know, if you want to add it onto your truck, or it might be some stuff that you don't have, or if you just now upgrading, you know, it might be some stuff that you want to get, you know, within your first couple of paychecks and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get started. The first thing is your Prime starter pack. What that consists of is, so whenever you first upgrade, or if you're coming from another company, you know, getting your truck and stuff, go to the company store and get this sheet of paper. As you can see, mine is old, as I don't know what, none got balled up, wrinkled, and ripped, but the information is there. And I actually didn't know this. I just went to go, you know, ask around and see about some supplies from over there, and the clerk, she was real nice. Shout out to her. She was like, well, did you get the checklist? And I said no. So she gave it to me, and it helped out a whole lot. Like, so yeah, and the Prime starter pack she gonna get is, and this stuff right here that I'm about to name is gonna come from Bay 47 over by Parks. So you're gonna get your oil, your antifreeze, your spare fuses, light bulbs, and glad hand seals. Then you're gonna get your wiper blades and an extra key. I think that's pretty much everything from Bay 47. Just like I said, double check on that checklist and make sure you get everything that you need from over there. Now, honestly, my recommendation with the extra key, get 2 extra keys. That way you have a spare for your key set, and that way you can hide one somewhere on the truck in case you get locked out. I had to use that a few times. Still to this day, I used it the other day for real. So it'll come in real handy. Make sure you get 2 copies of the keys. And I think the extra one they'll charge to you. Well, actually all of it they'll charge to your truck. So the next stuff you want to get is going to come from the company store. That's going to be your detention stamp, your alloy locks, and make sure you get the big one and the small one for your load locks, and then the big one for the trailer. You also get an atlas, and the atlas I recommend, well, I ain't gonna say I recommend, I'll just tell y'all what I did. I ended up ordering mine for Amazon, and one thing my trainer told me, he was like, with the atlas and stuff, the roads don't change that often, so I ended up getting like a 2019 atlas. I mean, obviously they have the newer ones, but typically Amazon's a little bit cheaper than the company store. Or I even seen like at the Loves or whatever, they got some good ones for like $43. Typically, you know, they can get kind of expensive or whatever. I've even seen some as much as like $80, $90. So like I said, Amazon is the place where I went to go get it. You might find it somewhere else. I'm sure there's a guru out there who knows something better than me, but like I said, I'm just giving y'all what I did. And the last thing I got from the company store was jumper cables. With jumper cables, I honestly don't think it really matters too much. I was really new, so I wasn't sure if I needed, like, if it was more heavy duty for the trucks or whatever. So I just said, you know, if I get it from the company store, I know that's, you know, what it's supposed to be. So I ended up getting my jumper cables from the company store. But do your research, and then you might be able to find them cheaper somewhere else, like an auto parts store. Just order them online. The next stuff I got on my checklist, I got my Comtex, I got my trip sheets, I got my permit book, and you get that from the permit department in the Plaza building. And I got my paper log book from Logs over there in the Plaza building. I think you can get trip sheets and Comtex and stuff like that over there. Might be able to find that at the company. Well, actually, I know you can get extra ones at the company store as well. But I think they usually have some free ones over there, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. And then I got load locks from Outbound when I was getting ready to head out. I got my prime seals, those blue seals for if the shipper doesn't give you a seal or whatever. And that happens a lot on produce loads, like especially out in Cali. So you get your prime seals, make sure you get some of those. And then the chains, those are optional. When I came in, it was during the summer months, so they said I could wait, you know what I mean? And until the fall comes. I would say try to have them in your truck at least by like September or whatever, because some states, depending on, you know, the months and stuff, you're required to have them on your truck at all times. So another alternative to chains is I did the auto socks, so they're lighter weight. Then I ain't gonna lie, they're expensive nowadays. They're expensive. I think for my old sets and stuff that I needed, it was like $600. But they are lighter weight and they take up less space when they're wrapped. That was a bug, that doggone bug. There's always a bug in my video, I swear. But yeah, so they're lighter weight and they take up less space. And I just keep them in my box on the side, on the driver's side door. And yeah, so that's up to you if you want to get them, you know, when you first get on, or depending on what month it is, you might have to get them, or either you can check out the auto socks or cables. That was really, really loud. I hope y'all can hear me over this audio, because this is like a makeshift setup. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of what the setup looked like. I'm trying to make do out here for y'all and trying to get this little video done before I go in there and go to sleep. I got a little time before I need to take over and we go drop off this load that we currently got. So yeah, man, you know, it kind of ratchet out here. It's all good though. But anyway, so let's see what's next. Yeah, I think that concludes pretty much the main stuff that I got from off that checklist. The next bits, let's see. Okay, so I got a hammer on here, and I got that listed as like a important item. I don't know if you can see that. I had the on the pictures that I'm gonna put at the end of the checklist, the things that I got a star beside, that's gonna be you know, stuff I figured that might be a little bit more important than some of the other stuff. And again, you know, like I said, it's just my opinion. Some drivers might think other things are more important or whatever. Again, I really don't care about your opinion. I'm just trying to help, you know, the next fellow new driver. Anywho, so yeah, a hammer, that's for beating in, you know, your pins or knocking stuff, or sometimes the what you call it, I'm right here by the trailer now, where you put the lock at on the back. Sometimes that can be, you know, slightly big, and you got to take the hammer and knock it so you can get your lock on there. Little stuff like that. Also a flat pry bar, that also helps with getting that little thing. And I'm gonna see if I can twist the camera to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, it might be bright. I don't know if you can see it, but wherever I got my lock at right there, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that pry bar, that'll help you out right there. Got a leaf blower on there, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's for blowing out the trailers sometimes. You might not have to necessarily get a washout if you got a load that, you know, doesn't necessarily require. You can just maybe blow it out and save yourself a little time there. Helps out a lot. Also, what else? If you can't get a leaf blower though, definitely get like a push broom. I got both just in case my leaf blower messes up. I always got that backup broom. And I actually started off with a broom before I had the money to get a leaf blower. So, you know, just make sure you get, you know, one or the other. I'll probably say get the broom first, and then once you get the broom, get the leaf blower. You also need a socket set. That's really good to have. As far as maintenance on the truck and trailer and stuff, some stuff you can eliminate yourself to save you some time. You know, just having the right tool, just fix it yourself. That way you ain't got to worry about going to a shop. Because, you know, the more downtime you got, that's the less money you make, whether you company or lease. You know, that's the less time you're rolling. So get your little socket set, adjustable wrench. I got pliers, both needle nose and regular. The needle nose really do help for getting those like glad hand seals and stuff like that. What else? I got 10 snips for the little wire. Not wire, but like it's like the flat metal seals. I got one on here now. I'm gonna try to show y'all on that too. So I don't know if you can see it, but these kind right here, those kind right there, like the little metal seals, them 10 snips, they'll help out a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, as far as just being able to get those off pretty easy. Just literally just snip it off. So I'll say a pair of 10 snips, some bolt cutters for the big fat seals or whatever. Y'all know when y'all get them, and a lot of times the shipper or receiver or whatever, well, I guess the receiver really, but they'll have a pair of bolt cutters as well. But sometimes, you know, I've been in a situation where they didn't, and it's like, thank God I had mine. Also, I was able to help out another driver too. He had one on his trailer, and I had like a regular cable one. And yeah, if it wasn't for them bolt cutters, he wouldn't have been able to open his doors and dock and get paid. So yeah, them bolt cutters come in handy for them big old thick seals as well as the cables too. Alright y'all, so I'm editing this video and I forgot to add in, definitely want to get you a pair of wire cutters and also get you some zip ties. The zip ties are like super crucial, and then I use the wire cutters to cut off the ends of it, or you know, for other stuff too. So yeah, get you a pair of wire cutters and some zip ties as well. Catch y'all back in the video. Get yourself a drill. They ain't gotta be the most expensive, long as it works. A drill and some self-tapping screws. That's for the self-tapping screws is for the chute inside the trailer. Sometimes it'll be like a corner or a side down. You just hop in there with your step ladder and just, you know, screw it on in like with a little short self-tapping screw, and that'll, you know what I'm saying, fix the job and keep you going. Because with a lot of these customers, if you got chute damage, they won't take the trailer because air won't flow around the product correctly, and then you can end up with a claim. So make sure your chutes are intact, and that drill with the self-tapping screws, that could, you know, be a quick fix for you. So, okay, so I just kind of mentioned the next one. I had a mini or a step ladder. I usually keep mine behind my passenger side seat with a bungee cord. I got extension cords with a surge protector. That's more so for the inside of the truck. Definitely a surge protector though, because you don't want nothing to catch fire inside of there. Yeah, extension cords to plug up your phone or appliances or whatever. And I would do like not the 2-prong ones, but the ones with the 3-prong, so it got that ground, like the thicker outdoor ones. That's the ones I got in my truck. I mean, I ain't saying you can't use other ones, but that's just what I recommend. Dash cam, pair of work gloves for like the fuel aisle and touching dirty stuff. Also a box of rubber gloves. That helps a lot too. Keep that oil and grease and grime off your hands. Or sometimes I use rubber gloves when I cook, just because, you know, you don't have access to wash your hands like that all the time. You can use them rubber gloves for like raw meat or whatever like that to help be more sanitary. Alright, okay, so we're almost done. Some of the next stuff I'm gonna talk about, just more so for the office supplies. Yellow envelopes. Ah man, dang, I'll be right back. I gotta switch out SD cards. I'm about to run out of space on this SD card. I'll catch y'all in a second. Alright man, so we back at it, bro. Had to switch out the SD card, but I think the last place I left off was the yellow envelopes. Like I said, that's for more for the organization with the paperwork side of stuff. Because your truck, just as much as your home and your place of work, is also your office as well, your back office. So Get you some yellow envelopes. I got like the smaller ones. That's where I keep my receipts and stuff like that. Some people get the bigger ones with other documents, but that's what I use them for. Get you some pens, highlighters, and a Sharpie. The wireless printer, that's optional. The reason why I put it on the list is because there's a situation, well, it happened to me too, but I didn't have it. I just had to make do. But when I was on my trainer's truck, we had to hurry up and print out some documents. We had to print out the bills because they couldn't find them. And you know, if it wasn't for this wireless printer, we wouldn't have made it on time to, for that load. And also personally, it's been times where I've had to print stuff out or whatever. One was a set of bills and one was some documents for personal reasons I need to print out while I was on the road. But obviously, you know, you can't you can't bring that doggone truck everywhere. So wireless printer would have really helped. What I ended up doing was I ended up finding a place that had like a hotel, and I used the hotel and they ended up printing the documents for me. And in the other case, I used a little office space at the hotel to print out the documents. So that's a little hack for you, but wireless printer, you know, can come in the clutch. So a document case / organizer, that's where I put like my loads. So I actually got every single load I've ever done in there, and I keep that on the truck. And then, you know, when it comes around, I got a little a filing cabinet at the house that I put my stuff in. So yeah, make sure you get you a document case or organizer to put your paperwork in once you get done scanning it in, you know, to get paid. Next, we got a stapler, pair of scissors, sticky notes. All those are pretty self-explanatory. A phone mount, get you a good phone mount. What else? Whiteout. The whiteout, I was actually surprised at how much I used that. But it comes in handy. And I got like not the liquid one, but the little tape where you just like swipe it over the page. And I like the tape better, it looks cleaner, and you can write over it real easy. Okay, so the last little bit, this is for the winter time. Get you some anti-gel. You can get it cheaper from Outbound. I think you can get, well, at least the dude told me, he said I could get up to 6 bottles. But get you some anti-gel for the winter time. That way when the temperature drops, you throw that in there and they keep it rolling. Also some diesel 911, I end up getting that from the truck stop. If it does gel up, that's worst case scenario. You follow the mixing ratios on that diesel 911, and that should liquefy the diesel again to where you can get back rolling. But the diesel 911, that's literally, like I say, 911 is only for emergencies. Oh, and then the other thing was the 2-pound sledgehammer. I haven't really had to use it like that. It was one time I had to use it when my brakes froze over in the wintertime. And I didn't knock it hard, you know, just tap it enough to loosen it up. But ice had built up in the brake drum and it froze my brakes over. So I took that, you know, the little 2-pound sledgehammer and knocked some of that ice loose. And, you know, just like a little soft tap. And then, yeah, it was good to go. Got me back rolling. So I'm pretty sure you could do the same thing with a regular hammer. So that's why I don't have a star beside it. It's not necessarily that important, but if you got it, you got it. And the last thing is, this is optional. It's not necessarily do it wintertime, but the Glad Hand air hose. So it's like an air hose that hooks up to your Glad, where your Glad hands go, for your airlines. And you can run it like the length of the trailer to fill up like air if you get like a leak or a low tire pressure or something like that. Sometimes it, you know, save you in the pinch, at least to limp over, you know, to maybe to a truck stop or something like that, so you can permanently get it fixed. So that's something that's real good. I still don't have one of those on my truck, but while we was training, we had a situation, and I believe it was Washington. Actually, I think I got the video up when I caught the flat tire. Y'all go check that video out. I think it was like tough week as a lease operator or something like that. Yeah, so it's this one right here. Crazy week as a lease operator. Big channel announcement. So that's the video where I had caught that air leak or whatever, that tire leak on the trailer, and they had to come fix it. But when he got there, he just filled it up with some air off their work truck, enough to get me over to the shop. So if I had one of those, it would have saved me a little time. I could have did it myself and been at the shop over there. So saved me a little downtime. So yeah, man, so I think that pretty much concludes the video, you know what I'm saying? I hope it helps. Like I said, y'all don't have to get everything on here. This is just what I got on my truck, and maybe it'll help. I'm pretty sure people will sign off in the comments with some other stuff that you could use or might want to keep on your truck or whatever. They'll be through situations, but like I said, I hope the video helped, man, and you know, that's what I do it for. If you got any questions like that, comment down below or email me. Some of y'all, I actually saw y'all's email and I responded to a few people. I got some more to respond to as well. So, you know, actually email me. It's at vagamademe@gmail.com. And I'll try my best to, like I said, you know, to get back with y'all. And it's coming if I haven't already responded to you. So anyway, yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with me, man, and supporting. And yeah, I guess that's it, bro. Log out.